That's right, it's Pizza Box Day once again from Josh at VCG Resins by Reese. Thank you for joining us and welcome. Today's goodie box is a little different than usual. Josh and I were chatting about the hobby when I mentioned this 56 Del Rey build I have coming up for the Any Brand Try 5 group build. The build is hosted by Joe of Joe's Rush Shop and runs until November 10th. Anyway, we were chatting and I asked what he would power a 56 Del Rey with if it had a big tubbed rear half in it. Then he asked if I wanted to keep the engine under the hood or not. I had not thought of that and didn't care. Josh had the idea of a big block Chevy with a tunnel ram and dual quad. I loved the idea. Then he asked if I intended to use the Nova back half that he makes. I sure am, I answered, to which he replied that it was too narrow for the 56. Out came the calipers and we went over the measurements he needed. So, in these two boxes are a Chevy big block with tunnel ram, and the other box is a back half made to fit the 1956 Del Rey. Give me a minute to open everything and we will have a closer look.
A few moments later.
Okay, slide these to one side and let's see what we have here. First is the block itself. These engines would be epic for diorama makers doing shops or junkyards. Here's a typical GM timing chain cover. All these parts need very little cleanup. Many, like this water pump, don't need any cleanup. Once I get this fuel pump around here, you can see the detail right down to the holes for plumbing. The oil pan has tons of detail on it. See the platform wobble with me hitting it nearly each time? Yeah, spatial awareness issues, one of the awesome things that I have for my ADHD. Here we have the tunnel ram and the twin 4-barrel carbs that will set on top of it. Epic detail in these carburetors. I feel like some oil, gas, and paint dropped in a bag with these parts and a running mini engine would fall out 10 minutes later. I truly enjoy these belt setups. They are very well detailed but still sturdy, which is great for a klutz like me. He sent 2 air intake options, velocity stacks with screens, and air filter sandwiches. What they are called actually escapes me for the moment, but they are the ones I will be using for this build. There are also 2 small valve cover breathers, Next are the cylinder heads and valve cover options. The heads are to their regular level of awesomeness for a builder who loves to wire their engines. This first valve cover option is the one I will use, and it's the Mickey Thompson valve covers. The other set will go into the Horde. Here we have the exhaust options. A set of long tube headers and a set of Hooker's manifold. They all have very nice flange detail and are already open to dump out or accept an exhaust pipe. Doesn't want to focus. Let's try this. There, dang it. Now we come to the alternator, bracket, starter, and distributors. The first distributor is like a regular kit one, which is great if you don't want to wire your engine. The next is the same with a large center hole. This would be how the majority of us would use the kit distributors if we wanted to wire them, and they were not highly detailed. As you can see, the third has every hole you need already prefabricated in. The latter 2 of these also have the hole for the vacuum advance. This is the alternator bracket, and it is hard to imagine, but this all lines up and fits to the alternator like a glove. Lastly, here we have the starter. These last few pieces are the oil filter, coolant neck, and engine mounts. This is the transmission that will go behind the big block Chevy. It comes with 2 bell housings and great shift linkage detail. Maybe one of you can tell me what transmission this is. Josh probably told me, but I forgot. I know you guys and gals have seen these all time and again. I would like to thank you for watching and ask that you do not forget all that Josh and Chris Bell too do for this hobby. And it is my honor to work with Josh and bring you in-depth coverage of VCG products. I thank you all. Okay, let me get this out of the way so we can look at the rear tub section. Hang with me just a second, please, and hear these words from our sponsors.
Sponsor Spotlight.
Check out VCG Resins by Reese. Parts that stand out, service that stands by you. The website is full of great info and is super easy to use. There are plenty of categories to choose from, such as VCG merch, kits, body parts, electrical, chassis and suspension, engine kits, underhood, transmissions, etc. Every item has multiple detailed photos. A recent addition to the VCG Resins website are these ProTech detailing parts that will add awesome detail to any build. When cashing out, make sure to use our 10% off Dirt Road Cinderella discount code, DRC 1024.
Check out scalefinishes.com to find original equipment manufacturer correct plastic model paints that are mixed in-house and are 100% accurate for make, model, and year. They even hand-mix paints in 2-ounce bottles to maintain color quality and accuracy. These premium pre-thinned airbrush paints are used from the bottle to the model. When cashing out, be sure to use our one-of-a-kind discount code for 10% off your next order.
Welcome back. I'm glad you are still here. Here's the back half and the suspension that goes with it. I am not going to unbox the suspension for you because I have already done one. You can find it here if you would like to see it. I think we can eyeball how it's going to work out. I asked Josh for a wider back half than the Nova and slightly longer from behind the rear wheels. When I hold this up against the kit chassis, it is dang near perfect. Now, let's fit it into the body for a rough guesstimation. Here it is roughly fit into the body, and it seems to fit pretty well. It is a little wide at the very rear, and I will have to narrow it up some. I think this is going to work out perfectly. I am going to have to find a set of wheels and tires for this. Please tell me your ideas for wheels and tires for this kit. Drop it in the comments below. Bonus points if you have a Mickey Thompson suggestion. The car is going to be a rusty two-tone yellow and white if that helps with your suggestions. Thank you, Josh, for such awesome parts and for going the extra mile. Please don't hesitate to buy from VCG Resins. Josh will go the extra mile to make sure every order is up to VCG level of quality. And please, if you do order, remember to use our discount code, DRC1024. We would all truly appreciate it, and you will get quality parts for your next build. Oh, before I go, back to the Tri-5 build and Joe's Rust Shop. I have not seen a video from Joe in a few weeks, and he hasn't answered my email in a few days. Anyone know if he is okay? Thank you for watching, stay cool, and later y'all.